In this video, we're going to show how to set up the Quadstick on the PS5 using the Besavior Controller Adapter. In this video, we're going to show how to program the Quadstick, and then we'll show how to plug in the Quadstick to the Besavior controller in order to play PS5 games with the Quadstick. In this video, we're going to show how to program the Quadstick to work with the Besavior Adapter. In order for the Quadstick to work with the Besavior Adapter, you need to boot your Quadstick in modes 1, 3, or 7. So the game profile that you're going to use the Quadstick with needs to be programmed in one of those modes. In order to do this, the easiest way is to open the bloader basic.csv configuration file in the Quadstick Manager program, which can be found under the Quadstick factory profiles for the Quadstick. Double-click on this to open it. Once the Besavior profile is opened, you can see here you have your profile pages at the bottom, and under the Preferences tab, this is where the Quadstick is programmed to be in mode 7. So it'll boot in PS4 mode and disabled flash, which will allow the Quadstick to work with the Besavior Adapter. This can also be set to modes 1 or 3. In order to program your Quadstick with this profile, first go to File and make a copy of the profile. Once you've made a copy of the profile, you can now make edits to it to make sure that it meets your specific gaming needs on the Quadstick. Alternatively, if you want to add this Preferences tab, which is programmed specifically so the Beloader will work with the Quadstick, you can add this to your existing gaming profiles by right-clicking on it, going to Copy to, Existing Spreadsheet. Then you can search for your existing spreadsheets in the search bar, and it will add this specific Preferences tab, which is optimized to work with the Besavior Adapter, to your existing game profiles. Make sure to rename the tab to Preferences and make sure that it is moved to the last profile tab within your gaming spreadsheet. Now, if we want to load this specific profile on the Quadstick, go to Extensions, Quadstick, download the Quadstick with QMP. Now that the Quadstick has the specific profile for the Besavior Adapter loaded onto it, as we can see here at the bottom of the screen, copied bloader basic.csv into Quadstick, we can see in the left tab that this profile is downloaded onto our Quadstick in the third profile. Therefore, if you want to use this specific game profile with the Besavior Adapter, when your Quadstick boots up, you will need to switch to your third game file or third large profile on the Quadstick. Please note that the other game profiles, unless they're programmed in the Preferences sheet to be booted up in modes 1, 3, or 7, will not work with the Besavior Adapter. Therefore, for all the spreadsheets that you want to use with the Besavior Adapter, you will need to follow the same steps that we just did and add a Preferences tab to the end of the spreadsheet with mode set to 7, 3, or 1. When your Quadstick boots up, it needs to boot up in mode 0. Make sure not to set default.csv file as mode 1, 3, or 7, as this will disable the flash on the Quadstick and you will not be able to load changes onto your Quadstick. To make sure that your Quadstick boots in mode 0, go to the Miscellaneous tab. Then ensure Enable Boot in PS4 mode does not have a check mark next to it. If it does have a check mark next to it, click the check mark to uncheck it and then click Save Preferences to Quadstick. Now you can ensure that your Quadstick will boot in mode 0. Once your Quadstick is programmed and all of the game files you want to use with the Quadstick are set to modes 1, 3, or 7 to work with the Besavior Adapter, you can now proceed to the next part of the video where we'll show how to set up the Besavior Adapter with the Quadstick physically on the PS5 console. Once your Quadstick is programmed to be compatible with the Besavior controller. Then, take your Besavior controller first and make sure that it is fully charged by using the included USB-C to USB cord to fully charge the controller. Then, once it is fully charged, make sure that it is not turned on. Then, take the included OTG cable and plug the USB-C side into the bottom USB-C port on the Besavior controller. Once it's plugged in to the bottom USB-C port, then take the Quadstick USB cord, which is plugged into the back of the Quadstick, and then plug it in to the Besavior controller. Once the Quadstick is connected to the Besavior controller, then take the included USB-C charging cord that was included with the Besavior controller and plug it in to the top USB-C port on the Besavior controller. Now the Quadstick is connected to the Besavior controller, and the Besavior controller is connected to the USB-C cord. Using the other end of the USB-C cord, plug this into your PS5 console to boot up your Besavior controller and your Quadstick. Now, your Besavior controller is now connected to your PS5 console via the USB-C cord, and your Quadstick should have booted up, and it will boot up in your default profile, which is profile 1 on your Quadstick. Please note that your default profile is on mode 0, so it isn't compatible with the Besavior controller. Therefore, you'll need to switch to the profile that you programmed that is in mode 7, 3, or 1 on the Quadstick by switching to the profile using the side tube on the Quadstick. So do a long hard sip on the side tube and then switch to large profile or game file 3 in this case, because that is the one that we programmed to be compatible with the Besavior controller. Once you switch to that profile, the controls should now pass through and work on the PS5 using the Quadstick and the Besavior controller.